When I started, I wasn't very good at selling insurance, but I was willing to continue to just keep more at-bats. It takes 7 to 10 minutes to do an application now, opposed to paperwork. It's all digital, quoting's easier, products are better.
It's easier to make a living wage in this business. They're trying to replace the 60 grand they're currently using to pay their bills. Can that be done in the first year for an average person?
Yeah, I think.
Welcome to another episode of Free at Last. Today, I've got a very special guest, a very good friend of mine, Andrew Taylor, with us. Let me tell you just a little bit about Andrew. Andrew has built his own insurance agency. He sold his own insurance agency. He's developed agents, moved them from writing agents to builders of big teams. Andrew's an expert in what it actually takes to succeed in financial services. And today we're going to explore that subject, financial services and how you become a winner in this space. Andrew Taylor, welcome.
Thanks for having me, dude.
Glad you're here, brother. Let's get into this. You're still a young man. Very young. You're not quite 40. And you've built and sold your own insurance agency.
Yes.
I know you didn't grow up thinking that way. In our last interview, we talked about coming out of the grocery store business, getting licensed in insurance, and then really just selling policies, the hard work of selling policies. One thing I love about you specifically is you've made it a life mission to not purchase assets that don't yield you income, right? That's the deal.
Yeah.
So much, it's extreme. I mean, this is an extreme thing.
Yeah. It's an addiction.
It is. You live conservatively for your net worth. Your family lives conservatively for your net worth. You drive conservative automobiles. You live a conservative life for the net worth you have. And I've been with this guy. I've traveled with this guy. The guy's throwing hundreds around to servers, to Uber drivers, private airplane pilots. Nobody tips the pilots. Andrew tips the pilots. We arrive safely, and he's got the hundreds out. So he's frugal with himself, but very generous with others. And that's another great thing about Andrew Taylor. Let's talk for a second about why insurance agents don't succeed. I mean, the majority don't. What would you say the percentages are if you were to put a guess on it?
Well, the good news is they've increased.
It's better now.
Yes.
Why?
Because it takes 7 to 10 minutes to do an application now.
Okay.
Opposed to
paperwork.
Okay.
It's all digital.
It's all digital. Quoting's easier. The products are better.
Selling, it's easier. What the client gets is better for the client.
Yeah. Like, there's so many different products, but if you think about it, people can save money. They can take care of their family if they die. Yeah. And the payments are not that much money.
Okay.
So it's getting easier. The other thing is people don't have to travel anymore. They can do it on Zoom.
Right. You can have an appointment. An insurance appointment can occur on Zoom now.
Yeah.
That's COVID brought us that.
Right.
So you think that's interesting. I hadn't thought about it like that. The percentages of those who can succeed is much higher now.
Much higher.
Would you say it's doubled?
I think it's probably more.
Really?
Yeah.
It's easier to make a living wage in this business. Mm-hmm. Now you and I are operating with folks who are way above living wages, but we've got to think about the average agent who comes in with little skill, very little learning curve has occurred yet, and they arrive in our business trying to figure out how to replace their job. I mean, that's when they come, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to replace the 60 grand they're currently using to pay their bills. Can that be done in the first year for an average person?
Yeah, I think I never like to say anybody can do it because a lot of people fail. Yeah. And I don't know why they fail. I mean, I could guess there's some things, but what I've noticed is some people have what I call the burning desire to win.
Okay.
And no matter what happens, they're trying to they're opening more doors.
Okay.
And I think about myself when I started, I wasn't very good at selling insurance.
Yeah.
But I was willing to continue to just keep more at bats until something worked out. And then over time I got better at it.
Yeah.
Now, $60,000 a year, I like to break that down into what it would actually be.
Okay.
So I would say the average IUL policy is around I don't know, $3,000 in premium. Let's say a commission at the end of the day comes out to, after chargebacks, cancellations, all these things. These are just hypothetical numbers, but let's say it's $1,500.
Okay.
So how many policies do we need to get to 60,000 income?
4.
40?
Well, yeah, 4 a month. I was thinking four a month would get me there.
4 a month, yeah.
Yeah, so basically selling 4 average IULs a month.
Yeah, and those are like 150 a month. Now, if you think about it, that's not that much money now with inflation. Like we took our 2 kids to Chipotle and my wife, and it was $80.
Yes.
So you think about, to protect your family, to have insurance, most people are going to go, okay, I'll pay $200 a month or $250 a month, and I can still access some of that money if I need it, if it's structured properly.
Right.
So when I started doing this, and I quit my job at the grocery store, everybody said, you're crazy. You're going to be back. That's a scam. Don't do it. You're going to lose your benefits. I was getting promoted to be a checker, so I was memorizing all the codes like bananas, tomatoes, all these things you put them in.
Yeah, moving up.
Moving up, yeah. And everyone's like, you're crazy. You should do it. But then I was like, okay, I was shy, and I would never be you would never think I would be a salesperson. Nobody would have.
That's right.
You'd be like, dude, you can't do sales.
Yeah.
And
what are you doing?
Yeah. So they're like, you're crazy. But then I was like, okay, if I sold 1 policy per week, and if it stayed on the books, I would make twice as much as I made working 40 hours per week at the grocery store.
Yeah.
So the way I broke it, I justified it was I only need 1.
Yeah.
That was it. Per week.
Yeah.
And then it went to 1 a day.
Yeah.
And it went to 2 a day.
Yeah. You got to that. You've shown me some videos on your phone, which we won't.
We should show some of them.
We should. We may be able to show those in the B-roll and the post-production. But this guy, you've gone everywhere to sell insurance.
Everywhere.
And not on Zoom. You've gone into the ghettos and the barrios of America to sell insurance policies. There's nowhere you would not go to sell an insurance policy.
I made a rule. I was never going to back out of an appointment. And
Ever.
Even if it was scary. And the scary ones, because I used to work in Compton and Inglewood.
Yeah.
It would be when you had to park down the street because there's no parking, and it would be at nighttime.
Right. And walk. To the appointment.
And then your mind will play tricks on you. You think, you hear something. Now, funny talking about that, walking in the dark, somebody told me early on, they were like, you have to stay close to the leadership, because imagine walking down a dark alley by yourself. And if you hear a noise behind a trash can, how scary would it be?
Yeah.
But then go, imagine walking down a dark alley with The Rock.
Yeah.
And you hear a noise. Or you have 2 big pit bulls with you, and you hear a noise.
No problem.
You're like, I wonder what's back there.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
What they were telling me is like a lot of the people who have already done this, stay close with them, because they'll be that for you.
Yeah.
They can kind of see around the corner for you.
Yeah, they know when you're into a dangerous, not geographical area, but in business.
Yeah.
They know when you're off the track.
Yeah.
But back to this point, you've shown me videos, man. You've submitted applications through a chain link fence. You've given them the pin through the fence.
Yeah.
You've sat on garbage can lids and somehow recorded these things because you showed me the tapes.
Yeah.
You've recorded these appointments. Were you getting a thrill out of getting? And by the way, you do the app when you meet them. You're getting the app signed when you meet them.
The reason I did that is because nobody would have believed me.
True. I mean, you told me and then got the video out.
Yeah.
It's amazing, really. Do you have a guess on how many applications you've submitted in insurance in your career?
So I ran 10,000 appointments face-to-face.
10,000 appointments.
Yeah.
When do you think you became an expert?
Oh, I want to say I was slower than everybody else.
Okay.
Now, the good thing was this, and I want to share this with people. My best friend was the best salesperson, and he would get way bigger premiums, and he closed everybody.
Yeah.
So I had to work way harder.
Yeah.
But what I learned is if you just double the numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. Like if I double the appointments, I can get the same results.
Yes.
So now then over time you will get that good.
Yeah.
But I have a funny story. Okay.
Yeah.
I go to this appointment, and this dude is the meanest dude ever.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
My friend I come back and I go, hey, if you can sell Jessis.
Give me an example of mean, because you shared with me this story.
He's like a 6'5" dude, no shirt on. And actually, he may not have been that mean. It could have been me.
Scared of him?
Or just, like I also was coming off of a no sale.
Yeah.
I was hungry. I was driving. But to me, I walk up, I'm like, this dude's mean. And by mean, it's like, I'm not giving you any information. I'm not going to get my old policy out for you. I'm not going to do this.
Right. I'm not cooperating.
Yeah. So my friend, I go back to the office and I go, bro, if you sell this guy, I will deem you the greatest salesperson to ever live.
Okay. Augmendino.
He's getting the title. Yeah, he's getting the title.
Yeah.
Dude, he sends me a picture with the guy the next day, the dude's arm around him, with a check and an application in his hand.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So were you then thinking, okay, I've got to change the way I frame these things?
Dude, I was thinking, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
You know what I thought?
This becomes personal.
This is what I thought. Anybody can be closed.
Yeah.
If
that's true.
If you approach it the right way. But my first question is, what'd you do? What'd you do when you walked in? And he said he walked in with a huge smile and he goes, dude, did you play in the NFL? And he said the guy just had a huge smile on his face. He's like, no, but I played in college, and started telling him about it. And that was it.
The guy wanted to talk about himself.
Yeah.
So your friend teed it up.
Yeah.
I love it.
But the reason I'm sharing that is because if you want to know your numbers, and you don't want to compare your numbers to anybody else.
Right. Yeah, you're unique.
Yeah, you're unique.
Your skills unique. You may be shy.
Yeah.
I may be outgoing. You don't want to be comparing there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But over time, you'll start to pick up on things, and you don't even know you pick up on it. So body language, tone, the way people are communicating, you can get rid of objections before they come up, but you have to put the time in.
Reps.
So a lot of people, they start in sales and they think something's wrong with me because I'm not getting results.
Yeah.
But really, they just need to put the time in. So I always tell people, like, consider your first 100 appointments practice, even though you will close some and you will do good, but just try to think, what could I have done better in every appointment in your first 100 appointments, and then actually forever. Just always do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you think, now I know we're just guessing and speculating, looking backwards, but would you think that by 1,000 appointments, you are an expert?
Yeah. I mean, by the time, when you're memorizing the application, and it's almost like a melody or like an act. So like everything becomes the same. So it would be like, on the phone, it's the same jokes. When you're closing, it's the same things that make them feel comfortable.
Yes.
And it would always be like, I would always tell everybody, hey, towards the end when we were using Zoom, I go, when we get on Zoom, I don't want to freak you out, but I look like Brad Pitt. Yeah. And then I would get on Zoom. Now, they would always laugh.
Yeah.
And then when I would get on Zoom, usually a lot of times this would be like a grandma looking for coverage for her grandkids or her kids. But they would always be like, you don't look like Brad Pitt.
Right. Let me clear this up at the beginning of the call. Straighten you out. You don't look like Brad Pitt. That's funny.
Yeah. So
that's good. So you figured out just all sorts of ways to make yourself comfortable and so make them comfortable.
Yeah. And then it's the same with recruiting. So you start to understand when you're building an agency, you start to understand like red flags.
Yeah.
People you don't even want to work with because it's not going to go well.
Right.
You also start to understand how to speed things up. So that way it's one thing to get somebody interested, but it's another thing to get them to take action. So word tracks that you're using, and it becomes a very smooth melody.
You become a master of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And you, to build an agency, you didn't go write 10,000 apps. You actually figured out how to recruit people and have them become successful, how to transfer your skills.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say doing it over, I mean, we don't want to edit much of what you've accomplished.
It's hard to do that.
But I'm talking to the new guy out there who's got a chance at maybe hacking the best path. Mm-hmm. Would you say that the guy starting today who's got it in him to win, he's got, or her, they've got it in, she's got it in her to win. She's got that burning desire you speak of. They're going to win no matter what they're doing, and we've got them here. They're in financial services. Would you say that person needs to be focused on recruiting and writing apps simultaneously. I need to be looking at adding to my team, and I need to be looking at writing apps.
I can only tell you what I've done.
Yeah.
And what I've done was always writing apps and motivating the team until I made a rule when we were issuing $1 million in premium, then I would justify spending more time recruiting. Some people would think that was crazy, but that's the way I did it. I said, and the other thing is like other people were leading their teams the same way.
Yeah.
So then you have a lot of production.
Right.
That the way I look at it, it's like, okay, we have on the team that I run right now.
Yes.
We have a couple hundred people issuing over 200,000 a month in premium. So there's a couple hundred people doing it. Okay.
Wow.
Now, if we had the culture where we were too good to go sell, even me. So I wrote a policy 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Like I'll still go write a policy.
Yeah, right. Me too.
The funny thing is it was the happiest I've been in a while.
Yeah. You're back in the hunt.
You're back in the hunt.
Yeah.
But imagine these are 200 of the best people.
Yeah.
Why would we not have them out there
talking to clients,
helping people?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then leading by example.
Yes.
And then the other thing that does is like you can train people on all kinds of stuff, but if you show them, it's way different.
Yeah, that's a training sale where you've got them in the passenger seat of the car. They're with you on the appointment, or they're side saddle in the Zoom, and they're learning right there. So basically, you're transferring the skill while doing a transaction.
Yeah,
that's the best way to do it.
Now, the other thing is, let's say holidays come up. Yeah. We could talk about this because holidays are coming
They're
up.
right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, I needed to make money.
Yeah.
And I think we're told this lie that you have to take 2 weeks off for Christmas.
Right. Employee mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I would do is I would just run the same amount of appointments, but I would change the days.
Okay.
So whatever day Christmas was on and Christmas Eve, I was good.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get ahead. So if you want to get ahead, you got to get out of balance a little bit.
Yeah.
So I would still run my 30 appointments that week.
Okay.
And I would just mix the days up, whether it was a Sunday, a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, whatever it was.
Okay.
Now, the reason that helped me was because if I lost momentum, it was really hard to get back.
Yeah, right.
In sales.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I enjoyed that time off much more.
Yeah.
Because
you've done your work.
And the other thing, you got to be very careful with this, okay? If you can catch yourself spending 50% of your energy at work.
Yeah.
And then you're spending 50% of your energy on your free time, and you're never free because you're working when you're supposed to be on your free time 50%. So if you can really go 100% and then check out and be focused with your family or whatever you do,
that's great
100%,
advice.
Or you will create your own prison as a self-employed entrepreneur salesperson.
Yeah. So you feel that's compartmentalizing.
Yeah.
And so you feel like you became very good at that. When did you figure out that was important? Most young people are going 100 miles an hour.
Years. I'm not a...
Yeah.
It took me years.
Yeah. And you do it now. I mean, I know your family. You do that now.
Yeah.
You're very good at that. Yeah. You can be midday, and if you're with your family, you're at a museum, you're at an amusement park, you're at a ball game, whatever, you're all in there.
Yeah. I read this book called The One Thing, and it talked about how I forgot who the dude was, but he got like 12 hours of work done in 4 hours every day.
Yeah.
And the way he did it is he like built a bunker at his house that nobody could get in. Like his kids couldn't get in. Nobody could. He'd lock himself in there.
Okay.
And so I started to. That was one thing that I did is I would.
You would insulate yourself.
Exactly.
In your home.
Funny, I got an office.
Okay.
And then I had to insulate myself from the office to really focus.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Because there would be all these things coming at me.
Yes.
So funny enough, at one point, my car was the place that I would have no distractions. I can get a whole bunch of work done with customers, talk to people. It's interesting.
That's very interesting. I, to this day, choose not to have a desk in an office. Now, I manage lots of people, and I have lots of people that report to me at Real Financial. And if you came to my offices today, and we're here pretty close to the office, I have no desk because it's the bunker concept, the very concept you're talking about. I think all successful people find their way into this one thing idea where they realize that it's a trap. I am now a sitting duck to anybody and everybody's issues that have nothing to do with this day I organized last night that would transpire today.
Yeah.
I organized it last night. The day that I planned cannot happen if I'm a sitting duck in an office waiting for everybody else's stuff to arrive on my desk. So I have to hide. You have to hide to execute. I have to hide to think. I have to hide to strategize. And then I arrive for a meeting and I leave. And I arrive for a meeting and I leave. Yeah. I'm always on my way somewhere, which may just be to think.
Yeah.
Is strategize. The bunker.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is something people don't talk about, but all successful people have found their way into that idea. I've not read that book.
It's good.
Like a great book.
It's really good.
But he was bunkering himself in to concentrate.
Correct.
He wasn't trying to keep the family out, like sometimes we have to do too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes if you've got an all-glass office in your home, you've got the
Your
3-year-old
kids are
up
so
in the
adorable.
office.
How do you say no?
Right. Dad, can you play? You're home now with these cool jobs where you're in our house. Yeah, no good. Okay, let's get back into this profile of a great agent who wants to build a great agency. The only way to actually make millions of dollars is to actually build an agency. It's the only way to do it in this space.
What's crazy is you can probably make $1 million if you're very good at selling IULs.
Yeah, I think so too. But you got to be very good.
It's
elite.
You're a freak.
Yeah, elite.
Yes.
With the bunker concept, and they're willing to go anywhere, do anything. But the easiest path actually to making $1 million plus a year is actually to write enough policies to pay your bills with your pen so that you're showing an example to your team, and then build a high quality team that you can transfer skills to. Yeah. I'll share with you a quick story. Some of my team has heard this, but I don't think I've shared this with you. This is an interesting concept. I'm working for a guy over at one of those 3-letter agencies, and I'm new. I'm like 25 years old, and I think I'm pretty good, okay? I'm only writing policies. That's all I know to do. And I've had a few people follow me from a previous agency I was at that want to be in business with me. So they follow me. It was 5 guys. They follow me over. They've got their own desks in my office, and they've got their own contracts. They're writing business. And I think I get a little override if they do anything. But as it turns out, anything they do, I'm helping them close it. I'm helping them do the apps. And so I'm basically spending a lot of energy and getting very little of the action on these 5 guys. So it doesn't seem profitable to me to actually build a team in my mind. I'm getting 100% of the deals I do, and I'm getting a shave of the deals they do. But as it turns out, I'm doing most of their deals. So in my mind, I'm just going to write a bunch of business. So I end up writing $288,000 in not commissions. The money I received was $288,000. I'm 24 years old. I get a call from the head of the company. He's got the initials HH. A lot of people know who that is. He calls me to congratulate me on a great first year in business. And I think it's a great first year in business. I agree with him. He calls me. My assistant patches the call through. I take the call from my office with my chair. I've got my feet up, taking a call from the guy who's proud to have me in business with him. And he takes the first 5 minutes and says, "Congratulations, way to go. You're really good." And then he says this. He says, "James, as a company, we recruited, I think, 81 people today across the country. I think it was only 81 people today." He says, the average guy makes about 40 grand in our business per year. Mm-hmm. He says, that's the average. This is back in the day. He says, "I think with 3 average guys, we probably today replaced your production." Today. Mm-hmm. He says, "But you're still pretty good." He says, "And then tomorrow, I think we replace it again with 3 guys tomorrow. And then I think the next day, we'll probably replace it again." He said, "Are you getting the feeling that you may be replaceable?"
What an animal.
That's what he says to me. I mean,
what an animal. He is an animal.
He's an animal. HH is an animal. He's the
That's
best
genius,
the
though.
best there's ever been. He says, "James, I just need you to understand that as good as you are, and man, I love the way you talk, and those 5 guys that you got in your office that were within yelling distance probably of our phone call now. He goes, those guys are going to work out for you. I know it. And next year, you'll probably make 315. He says, if you continue what you're doing, the next year you may make 350. He says, we run this thing out, you're probably going to get to 500. He says, and it's just going to be amazing. You're going to get to 500. Is that what you kind of have in mind as your life's goals? As you see yourself, you're one of the best of the best. You're going to get to 500 and I've replaced you 1,000 times. Is that where we're headed? And I said, so it's turned from a congratulation call into this
very motivating,
insulting conversation. I said, what are you suggesting? He said, I suggest you figure out what business you're in. He said, right now you think you're in the writing insurance business. And you're pretty good at it. You've gotten very good at the business you think you're in. He goes, what if I told you that you're actually in a different business? The business of developing potential in other human beings. He said, good. That's the business I'm in, James. I'm making a phone call to a guy that I think has extraordinary potential, and he's not maximizing it. He's performing at an above average level, but he's missed the understanding about the opportunity. He goes, you do know your contract allows you to recruit lots of people and allows you to override lots of people. He goes, I believe next year you should make 750. I believe the following year you should cross 1 million. And if you'll stick with me and my guidance, I think we could get you to 2 and 3 million a year. And I don't think you need to increase your wet ink on applications. Just continue doing what you're doing. But let me teach you a system to transfer skills into the lives of others and change their lives forever. He goes, you know what? I can't then replace you. I can't then hire 3 guys to replace you. I'm now in a bind. I may actually have to listen to you. Wouldn't that be a mess? He says, so why don't we go there? And so I let him do that, Andrew. I let him take me there. I let him guide me. I hung, this sounds crazy, ritualistic, but I hung a poster of him with a quote on it that said, it takes leaders with vision to help people with dreams. And I let him hang that post. I hung that poster. He sent it to me. Hang it at the end of my hallway. And every day I would make eye contact with this guy that lived in Atlanta, Georgia, while I lived in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I felt like we were on a mission together. I was going to go recruit my replacements. And I just took that idea. I'm going to replace myself. Every 3 or 4 guys replaces me.
It's funny you say that because after running in the field so hard, there was this point to where I wasn't looking forward to the next year.
Yeah, you're wearing down.
You're wearing down.
Yeah.
And that's when someone actually said that to me. They're like, dude, 3 people could... No, they were like, if you recruited 3 people, you could make overrides that would make up what you're doing in the field.
Or double your income.
Yeah. Yeah. They said that to me, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Right. But that led me down the path of building an agency.
Yeah, and you did.
And I did.
You took your burning desire, transferred the skills of doing the apps wherever they need to be done into the life. You still do apps. It's still the heartbeat of your business. But you then turned it into a business that you could replicate and one day have value to sell. Because what you can't sell is your willingness to go into Compton and to do an app. How do you sell that? It's not transferable. I can't actually sell that.
Did I ever tell you that I don't know if I told you this, I gave my Compton route up to
it sounds crazy.
Yeah, it was actually, there's good business.
Well, obviously, you did a lot of business there.
But I gave it up to my friend Jack Yu. He was one of my first recruits. Okay, he's still with me to this day.
Yeah,
he's the man. I love that guy.
Jack Yu.
He takes an appointment for me in Compton.
Okay,
because I'm not going anymore.
Yeah,
he sees some kids with baseball bats hiding in the bushes, and he decides it's a good idea to still go to the door.
Okay,
and ask for whoever's there that he's going to help.
Okay,
sits down at the table. And somebody drive-bys the house, shoots the windows out, And thankfully, no one got hit. Home. He's in the home.
During the drive-by?
Yes.
Wow. But he's writing an app.
He's writing an app.
How about that?
Now, another funny thing, I used to, this just brings it, I just thought of this. So there's a lot of ways a lot of tools we would use to really take what we do seriously. Okay. Yeah. So if someone wasn't home and they booked an appointment with us, sometimes they would actually be home and they would be dodging us. Like they'd be like, we're just not going to answer the door.
Yeah.
So we would be like, hey, we would send them a text. Hey, are you okay? We hear people in the house. Should we call the police?
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And a lot of times they would come answer
Please
the door.
Don't call the police.
Okay.
We're here.
My friend called the police, dude.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to call the police. I hear noise in there.
And he did not sell the policy.
No, he got cops there.
Yeah, but he had cops there. But I would do that. But one time I go to this house. I hear somebody inside. I'm knocking on the door. I text the dude, hey, I think someone is in your house. Are you okay? Yeah. He calls my phone. He goes, dude, I'm not home. No one should be in my house. And he was actually getting robbed.
And you're at the door.
And I'm at the door.
Oh, that's crazy.
Okay, so anyways.
And that was a technique you were using to rattle him to the door.
Yes. Yeah.
And it turns out to be an emergency.
Okay, so then he's like, I'll be right there. Well, they only stole a few things because I was banging on the door.
Right.
You know? So he comes back. He's like, dude, you're the man. The police are there. He's buying a policy while the police are there. He's like, I definitely need to get this.
This is crazy.
Yeah, but then he calls me the next day to tell me, he goes, dude, they came back and stole my car this morning because they took his spare key.
Yeah. It was in the house.
Yeah. But dude, I had so many crazy things happen. You can't make them up.
No. And that technique comes from lots of appointments where someone's flaky and you say, you know what? I came a long ways here. I'm not leaving. I know they're here. I see the curtain moving. I'm going to text them.
And it's respecting yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because if someone books an appointment with you and someone's in the house, that is weird, right?
Yeah. They need to come to the door.
Well, yeah, it would make sense.
Yes. And I like the technique. Hey, listen, there's someone in your home. I will call the authorities. It's obvious you're not here because we have an appointment, and you would answer if it's obviously there's a problem. I love it. That's great. That's great.
It is. Your business will change when you respect your time.
Yeah. And quit giving it away.
Right.
Boy, that is such a profound thought, because sometimes in the commission business where we're just getting a commission, we do dilute the value of our time. And the way, the behavior that shows that you're diluting the value of your time is you stay too long at appointments, you're talking too much at appointments, you're begging people for an appointment instead of posturing the need for them to have the appointment.
Same with recruiting. So if if I'm out there selling, okay, I don't need you.
No, that's right.
And the approach is different when I don't need you.
That's right.
And the same thing with appointments. It's if you're out there working hard and you're busy. So this is another interesting thing I would do. I would book all these appointments, and I would stack my applications on top of each other.
Yeah.
And I would carry this folder around with me all week as I'm going into appointments. And every time I would meet with somebody, I would put the stack of applications that I have. There'd be 17, 18 applications, whatever it is, boom, on the table.
Yeah.
And then their application would go on top of it.
Yeah.
And I would always go, hey, I have so many people to see. I have to give you the 15-minute overview instead of the 2-hour overview.
You've got a busy day.
And that also goes back to the melody I was talking about. It was the same thing in every appointment. Hey, I'm going to give you the 15-minute overview instead of the 2-hour one. And every time they said, thank you.
Yeah, please.
Give me the 15-minute one.
Yeah. Right. I'm not in for the 2-hour one.
Yeah.
Right. Let's get that clear. Yeah, that's good.
But if you're busy, because I'm an overthinker.
Yeah.
So I have to be busy.
Yeah.
If I'm not busy enough, I'll think myself into
trouble,
which is what I call the doom loop.
Yeah.
And it's easy in sales.
Yeah, talking yourself out of stuff.
Yeah, when you go down the doom loop, you're thinking about next week, the week after, and next month, and you're thinking every bad thing that could go wrong does go wrong.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you're experiencing failing.
Yeah.
And really, if you just spent that time
doing appointments
and not thinking about it, it all works out.
You've brought it into reality. It's interesting. Some of your personality traits are not conducive to great salespeople, but you've overcome them with massive reps.
Yeah, massive
You
reps.
are shy. This is just generally your nature.
Yeah.
You're introverted naturally, and you are an overthinker. Both of those are antithetical to successful salespeople. And you've overcome that. It's interesting. This is an interesting discovery here. You've made the decision that more reps overcomes all weaknesses. More reps overcomes all my flaws. More reps overcomes anything that could possibly keep me from winning.
Yeah.
More reps. That's it. So is that advice applied to everybody that's in our space?
I think so, man. I think because everybody's going to start at a different place.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you guys got a really cool thing going on
With Real Financial.
Yeah. Like the way the teams are built.
Yeah.
The way people are attracted to it. I've never seen anything like it. It seems like a huge opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing, dude.
Yeah. Scoring, they're using the scoring to meet with clients. It's increasing the transaction, size. Each transaction is larger than it would be otherwise.
Yeah. But the repetition for me, like, I would compare myself to the new guy that came in that was 20 years older than me.
Yeah.
That had 20 years of sales experience.
Right.
And that's why they say every overnight success has 10 years you don't know about. right?
Yeah. Unknown 10 years.
Yeah. You're like, yo, what happened? What happened then?
Yeah. Where
so
were you?
I was just comparing myself to everybody instead of just going, let me just get a little bit better every day.
Right.
And let me stick to my activity.
Yeah.
And then every appointment for my whole career, if it was a no sale, even still to this day, I would call somebody, whoever is performing the best at that time.
Yeah.
And I go, what would you have said if this happened to you?
Okay.
And they would tell.
When this objection occurred. You failed,
yes.
You call, you think the best closer, and you say, what do you do in this scenario?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting. You always do that.
Always.
And what have you learned by doing that?
Dude, I've learned things I've forgotten.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
But you learn in the moment.
Yeah.
Boy, I just didn't have that in my arsenal.
Yeah.
I just
always
didn't know
done
to say that. You're picking up from the best. It's a very good hack.
Well, instead of blaming other people, like that person's not a good fit for working with me, this person's not a good fit for
insurance.
It's easier to go, okay, what could I have done better?
It's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always me.
If you always say extreme ownership, Jocko Willink, if you say it's always you, you can fix that.
Yeah.
If you say it's always them, it's out of bounds. You have no control over that. But by taking complete ownership of it, you can fix it and improve.
Yeah. Now, going back to Real Financial, I know you guys have a pretty interesting way of building teams.
Yeah.
But when I got to the point to where I was like, I don't want to be in the field I was fatiguing.
Yeah. Yeah. Personally.
Yeah. I go, okay, I want to build a team.
Yeah.
Now, building a team, the hard part is where do you find the people?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. That is the hardest part.
And so I'm running Craigslist ads. I'm messaging people on social media.
Yeah.
I'm whatever you could do. Friends and family. Now, something interesting, okay? Friends and family early on, the old way insurance was done.
Yeah.
A lot of people fail. They didn't fail. They quit because they were like, I'm not driving all over the place. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of understandable because like going to 10 houses a day, 4 people aren't even there.
Yeah.
You close 2.
Yeah. A lot of rejection.
But fast forward now, okay? Most of my friends, best friends, and family are successfully in insurance.
Yeah.
Happily, because the industry is 300 years old. The carriers are legit. They've been around forever. NLG had somebody on the Titanic. Mutual of Omaha has been through COVID, the Spanish flu, 2 world wars, whatever else, and they're still there paying claims.
And
so
all death benefits have always paid out.
All death benefits have always been paid out. So you think about this being a good industry, but then you add on, you don't have to leave your house.
Yeah, right. It's a remote job.
And you can get paid in a couple days.
Yeah, and you get paid 4 digits. There's 4-digit commissions in this space. This is not like moving vitamins or soap or shampoos or these weird things you got to put in your garage. This is a financial services industry that allows you to have a license. And almost anybody can get a license. And if you get that license, there's no inventory for you to manage. A financial institution is going to bankroll you.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to advance you your commissions as the client continues to make their payments. You're going to be advanced your commissions, and you can make 4-digit transactions. We got guys making $20,000 and $30,000 per transaction. It's shocking the money that can be made here.
Shocking.
I know it. And then a team can be built with those kind of commissions.
Yeah, and I think, like, if you ask most people, what's the American dream financially, what do you think that answer would be?
Financial independence.
And would that would require some form of passive income?
Yeah, income without my effort.
Income without my effort.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is where I really was like, okay, I'm going all in. I'm going to stop playing around with other stuff.
Rental properties.
With rental properties was when I'm like, okay, the Uber driver that is going to take me home right now is a prospect.
Yes.
For somebody who can write a couple policies a month, and I would get deposited more than a rental property.
Yeah. If you hire him and he sells 2 policies a month, you're going to make about $1,000 to $1,500 on those 2 policies. And how many of those do you want?
Not only that, dude, he's going to make a lot more than he's making.
He replaces his Uber income.
But
he has maybe his prospects in the back seat. He may not want to stop doing that.
Yeah.
His prospects are sitting in the car. So he can just keep that as his prospecting gig.
Yeah, dude, I was always one of my clients that I was trying to sell was a cab driver, and I could never pin him down, dude, ever. Okay, so I ordered a cab from him.
Okay,
got him in and got him his policy, but like.
You mean he's a lead?
He's a lead.
You're going to close an insurance policy with this cab driver, and you can't nail him down to get with him to do
because he's always driving cabs.
You're busy. So you schedule a cab and say, we're driving around filling out the app.
Yes. But like, dude,
I'm
resolving every lead with a yes or no matter what.
Period.
The other crazy thing, if you're going to get in this industry, most people have had somebody close to them die.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody.
And for some reason, when I was new, I would feel like I was bothering people.
Right.
Okay?
Right. We all feel that way. Yeah.
But it's kind of dumb. Like
it is,
because one day their family's going to thank you.
Yeah.
For being persistent in getting this done.
For sure.
So once I realized, once I realized this, and I stopped thinking that way, I would call you 5 times in a row, no problem, and I would not feel like I was bugging you. I'd feel like I'm doing a service to you.
Yeah, you're doing that.
And when you say, "Why'd you call me 5 times in a row?" I go, "Dude, because if you get hit by a bus, we're gonna make sure this is taken care of. Someone's got to get a hold of you to get this done. It only takes a few minutes.
Yeah, let's get it done.
Opposed to early on going, "Am I bothering you right now?
Right.
Are you okay?
Sorry to bother
you. Are
you
you free right now?
Right.
Is this a good time?"
I apologize for the intrusion.
Totally changed.
Yes, that's good. Just see the end result, the power of the end result. I'll tell you a quick story on that. I think you'll appreciate this. I'm new in the business. I'm on a cruise. I had made some money. I'm on a cruise with a company I'm with, but I'm newly licensed in the insurance space. But I'd won a trip. I've got my new wife, brand new wife. We've just been married. We're on this cruise together, and we meet another couple from Las Vegas, Larry and Tracy Goggart. We meet them, same age. This is going to be a great cruise. We got friends. He likes to golf. I like to golf. The ladies are hanging out. We do this whole cruise. He wants to know what I do for a living. I'm a financial advisor, and I'm learning even how to say it. Like, what's the elevator pitch on what I do for a living, right? I'm a financial advisor. We help people prepare for retirement, help people save in taxes, and I'm just learning how to say it so it's not confusing. Well, he says, "Oh, we got to sit down when we get back." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, for sure." So we sit down when we get back. I come out, and he says, "I want to do 2 IRAs. I want to do an IRA for her and Tracy and one for me." And I thought, you know what? This young guy, he don't need 2 IRAs. He needs 2 insurance policies. He needs 2 insurance policies. We could accomplish the same thing we would do with 2 IRAs with insurance policies.
Yeah.
And he could accumulate more money. It would be tax-free, not tax-deferred. Just the compounding of the money makes more sense. And so this is a new concept, but I can prove the math. So I go back to Larry, who's a smart business owner, and I said, Larry, I got the IRA apps here, but I don't think it's in your best interest. Are you open to what I think is better for you? He goes, of course. So I sell he and his wife on 2 IULs. And they're going to put the same amount of money they would put in the IRAs in the IUL. That's what he has. So we opened 2. Now, these are young people in their 30s, okay? We opened 2 of these applications. Well, 2 or 3 years later, we're still friends, okay? And Larry's going to adopt. They've been trying to have a baby. They can't have a baby. They're going to adopt a baby. So they want us to be part of the endorsement of their character to get the adoption done. So they adopt Nicholas. Nicholas is now 5, 6 years old. We're still friends with the Gargards. And Tracy
dies.
Gets cancer. Now, we've been friends about a decade. We've got these 2 IULs in place. Tracy does pass away. Larry's alone with Nicholas. Nicholas is still like 9, 10 years old. This is their adopted baby. Well, I delivered a $500,000 check to Larry. So Larry's in a position now to have a housekeeper. He's in a position to have somebody take Nicholas to school and back. He's in a position to take care of Nicholas. Nicholas has now graduated college, okay? Long story short. Had I done 2 IRAs, I don't know what Larry would have done. He didn't have insurance. And I don't know how Nicholas would have done the things Nicholas has done today.
Crazy.
But I guess I share that with you because what you're saying is right. The power of insurance. We sell insurance with the idea that we're not going to die. And the benefits can be there if you're not going to die. It can be there for retirement. It can be there for tax benefits. It can be there for all the things you need while you're living. But doggone it, if you do die early, that benefit's irreplaceable. And I can't do that with an IRA. Had it been 4 or 5 years, Andrew, he'd had $3,000 or $4,000. That's what he would have had.
That's crazy.
And that ain't enough.
Yeah, I just, also, if you haven't looked at what you can get for insurance,
right,
and you're watching this, I'm 36.
Yeah.
I just reran some term quotes because I want to see what they would be.
Yeah.
And I like term too.
Yeah.
I like both.
Yeah.
I like everything.
Yeah.
But it was like $70 or $80 for $3 million of coverage per month.
My gosh.
And if you think about what you spend $70 or $80 a month on,
one dinner.
Yeah, one dinner. You can get an IUL. Like you can do all these different things. But what's your opinion on this? Because I have every product.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I've done the numbers because we sell everything.
Yeah.
We do whole life, we do term, we do IULs, and we've sold VUL through the years. We've sold everything there is. I personally have on my life an indexed universal life contract, and here's why. It's a term-based rates. So the insurance, the money I won't see again that I use to buy insurance is term rates. It's on a term chassis. But the cash value side is growing tax-free in an index of my choosing. So I'm able to get, I can't get tax-free anywhere else. I'm getting tax-free compounding to be withdrawn tax-free in retirement while I'm basically buying term insurance that won't expire.
Yeah.
So that's why I choose IUL.
The other thing, I'm sure a lot of successful entrepreneurs watch this or follow Brad, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Something that I recently did, and I want your opinion on this too, because you've been doing this forever.
Yeah.
So I did a second to die policy.
Sure. You both have to pass for the benefit to pay out.
And what it's designed to do is replenish
the estate. For taxes.
For taxes.
Yes.
Way down the road.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't think a lot of people know they can do that. I even told somebody, I'm like, dude, don't spend your money and just get a policy that will replenish all of it.
That's right. Well, right now the tax code is 13 million is the break point.
Right.
So we pass our estate on to our heirs at 13 million tax free.
And then above that, it's 50% tax.
Exactly. Every dollar above that 13 million, 50% of it belongs to the IRS, and it has to be paid within 9 months of my demise.
Dude, how many people don't know that?
Well, they should all know it because that's the reality. And the IRS doesn't wait. You have to sell off the farm, sell off the houses, sell off the cars, sell off the watches. The assets must be sold because in 9 months you owe the money. So the last to die is cheap. It's so cheap because it's mortality on 2 lives.
It's mortality on 2 people. Yeah.
And so
on top of that, if you have a health condition and your spouse doesn't, you can get
cheaper.
It can drive your price down.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then it's priced so low. And your point about using the insurance dollars to pay the taxes is right because it's 10 cents on the dollar. Instead of taking the estate and selling it down to pay the taxes, let the insurance company pay the taxes. We simply use the estate to pay the premium.
Yeah.
Just discounted dollars.
All right, I got to now that we're talking about IULs.
Yeah.
How do you talk to somebody, because you've been doing IULs forever.
Yeah.
You
As
understand
long as you've been
them.
around.
Yeah, you understand them very well.
Very well. They're new though. The IUL came along after the VUL.
They are. And I'll give you my answer if you want it, but how do you what do you say to someone who says, I heard those are bad? I heard bad things about IULs.
Well, I don't know my answer would be, I don't know who you heard that from. The math doesn't deceive us. So whatever you heard, let's put some math to it and let the math make our decision. If the math says we do something different, we will. But I can prove to you mathematically with a calculator that the IUL is the least expensive way to accomplish retirement tax-free and insurance. And by the way, if I get a terminal illness in my life, I can access the death benefit in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mathematically, I can prove the IUL.
Now, can somebody design one improperly?
Yes. And many insurance agents are out there accidentally doing that. They just haven't been trained right. The way you do it wrong is simply by taking the amount of money the client can save and buying all that in insurance. That's not how you sell an IUL.
Yeah.
The way you sell an IUL is say, how much can you save? And then we solve for the least amount of death benefit that has to be sold according to the IRS, the tax corridor. And we sell the least amount of insurance, as long as it meets your needs. You know, we're not trying to get it down below what you would need, but we need the least amount of insurance because we won't see that money again. Whatever we're buying in insurance, we don't see that money again, just like term. It's money wasted, money spent. So if that money's spent, the rest of the premium dollars need to be going in the accumulation side of the account, which is growing based on an index, tax-free.
But there is a illustration that shows this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. We're doing it verbal, but there's actually mathematical printouts.
You get to see it.
Yeah, for sure. Every client needs to see it. Yeah, anybody who says that, by the way, I saw something up on Instagram the other day from some famous people who actually said, we got scammed and we were fraudulently sold an IUL. And I thought, okay.
I want to see that illustration.
Yeah, show me what you bought. Because it sounds to me like you're going broke. This is my view when I saw it. You're going broke because you don't have cash flow coming in and you put so much money in IUL, you would like to get your money out without dying. And you can get your money out, but I don't know what was structured. I don't know what was bought.
I'd love to see the details.
Yeah, it looks to me like just my read on it, having done this for years, looks to me like they probably had it structured wrong. They figured it out or somebody helped them figure it out, and they just want a complete refund of their money, and the insurance company said, not so fast. That's what I think has occurred here. So they went to social media to try to air their grievances. But they're wrong. It can be restructured properly if it was structured wrong to begin with. And I just think they're trying to put social media pressure
for sure
on somebody to
and
get
they did
refund.
a very good job.
Oh, yeah, they did. I guess. I saw right through it, but yes. They were famous, and they thought that pressure would somehow be effective. Didn't move me. Yeah. Let's get back into this. What makes an agent, and I know we're guessing here, but we've seen enough of this. What makes an agent fail?
Let me tell you this. We always say you can't stop the right person from being successful, and you can't get the wrong person to be successful.
Yeah, and I believe that.
But when we're doing a training for a team, a lot of people go, "Hey, I have a new agent." Okay.
Yeah.
And I always go, "Okay, what's your definition of a new agent?"
Okay.
And my definition is somebody who is actively running appointments every week. They're on all the training calls every single week.
Yeah.
They're reinvesting into like actually building a company.
Yeah.
Because as a sales agent, you are an independent contractor.
Yeah, you're running your business.
You're running your own business.
Yeah.
And are they closing Are they closing every single week? So you could say I'm working with 100 people and narrow it down to 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
It's not 100 licensed people.
Yeah.
It's 100 people doing what you just described.
Yeah, which is what we would say plugging into everything.
Yeah. Everything.
The other thing is like, I don't know why people, that's such a hard question. I can just tell you the things that help me not fail.
Yeah.
One of them was I've never missed any training.
You're at all the training.
I'm at every training.
Yeah.
All over the country.
Yeah.
And even to this day, dude, I'm learning from people that are 22, 23.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the industry is evolving.
Yeah.
And
it's attracting smart people.
Yeah. So, but check this out, dude. I never missed a meeting. If I had to fly to North Carolina tomorrow to go learn for 8 hours, I would go.
Yeah.
Now, check this out. I had never heard of annuities before. And this one training, this guy goes, okay, this is how you write annuities. You ask the customer, what do you have that acts like life insurance? And you go, stocks, bonds, CDs, 401ks. He said, this is the golden question you can never forget to ask. He said this at this meeting, okay? That I didn't want to go to, but I made a rule. I'm going to go to everything. And then once you do that, he's like, call me. I'll help you run an illustration. You can go back and show the customer the annuity illustration. You're licensed to write it.
Yeah.
Okay? The next day, I get home. I go on an appointment. I ask the golden question.
Okay.
The guy goes, I have $500,000 in my retirement. I don't know what to do with it. And he goes, and I go, okay, I'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I call the dude. I go, dude, I asked the golden question. He answered the golden question. He's looking at annuities already.
Yeah.
Help me run this illustration. So I go back and I present this policy, and it was like a $25,000 commission to me at that time. Changed my whole life.
Yeah. One question, one training, and the help of a mentor.
Changed my whole life, dude.
25 grand.
And
transaction.
Yeah. And then I started picking up on these little things, like things to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just little word tracks that would help you find more opportunities.
That's what we did with scoring. I mean, that's what the financial scoring is. It's the newest guy. If he's delivering pizzas last week, got his license on Monday, by Wednesday, if he just takes off the uniform, puts on a suit, and asks the questions, he will discover every nickel in the couch. It can make the recommendations because AI is there to help.
Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah. The scoring?
Yeah.
The scoring is a needs analysis that each client needs to go through for you to make the proper recommendations. And so if you're brand new in the business, you don't even know what to say. You're trying to figure out word tracks. You're trying to figure out scripts. You're trying to sit in 8-hour meetings and figure out how to regurgitate the things you just learned. Well, if you never went to a training and you just followed the questions, read the questions to the client and they answered them, you would give the client a financial score. You would also capture all the data necessary to do an illustration. You capture the data necessary to find out you've got an annuity here, you've got a life settlement here, you've got an IUL here, because it's in the questions. As they answer it, they get a financial score 0 to 100, telling them how good they are in their preparation for retirement and then their tax efficiency. Mm-hmm. The score tells them all that. So you don't have to be an expert in any of it if you just ask the questions. So you become an authority because the questions you're asking sound substantive. It's not like, oh boy, this is coming right out of a script. No, these are all questions that the smartest in the business always ask so that you find all the transactions at the appointment, not just the ones you thought of from your training yesterday. And then the score has AI built in. So you can literally have the AI make the recommendations if you choose to turn that on. So we're using that and finding so many big transactions.
Crazy.
Yeah, AI's in the game now.
That's why I'm saying this industry is getting easier.
Yeah, you're right. It's much easier today.
Yeah.
And I love the instant issue. So if you asked all the questions today, got them all, you made your recommendations, We literally could submit the app this afternoon.
It's approved that minute.
And commissions come through that same day they hit the bank account. So it's all, it's so much. You used to have to wait twice a month to get paid. If the paperwork all arrived, what do you mean you didn't get the paperwork? What about the check? What check? There wasn't a check with the paperwork. Those are the things we used to have to deal with. Yeah. So it seems to me, Andrew, when I ask you, what are the attributes of someone who doesn't succeed, you really resist that.
I mean, because I don't know.
I know. Guess.
You've seen a lot. They don't show up.
Okay, all right.
They don't show up.
All right, they don't show up. Show up at the training or the appointments. They're flaky.
You can't do this in solitude. You have to be around other people.
Right. Like you got to call the mentor and say, hey, this happened. What do I say?
Exactly. Or be around them. Like legitimately, if you can be around other salespeople doing the same thing, be around them.
Can we say lazy?
For sure.
Lazy is a common element among those who don't succeed.
Yeah. Yeah. Like there's no activity.
Okay. Lazy would be indicative of zero appointments. Fear, big time. Yeah. Okay. How do we overcome the fear?
So it's fun. That's such a funny thing because I used to not want to call in front of people.
I'm thinking. I know your personality. You had to have been mortified by the idea of calling.
I mean, well, I hung up on the first person I called.
Like they answered.
Yeah, I hung up on them.
Yeah. I'm not ready.
Yeah,
I can see it. Yeah. I get it.
But that's just ego. So once you realize everybody's going through the same thing.
Everybody.
The top producers are getting it.
Yeah.
They get yelled at. They get somebody that's upset.
So how do we get over the initial fear? Because I think most of the failure is fear-based.
I agree. Yeah.
So do we just do it anyway? We feel the fear and do it anyway?
Yeah. This is what happened to me.
Okay.
Once I got a check for $1,500 for 30 minutes sitting with somebody.
Yeah. It was real.
I couldn't go back and get a job.
Right. You're ruined.
I'm ruined.
Yeah. You are not hireable.
I'm not. Yeah.
I agree.
I could think, you might think for a second, man, a job sounds nice.
I was going to be a checker.
Yeah, I was going to be a checker. Job sounds nice. I don't got to worry about appointments.
Yeah.
But then when you go back and you start tallying up.
$1,500, 30 minutes.
Yeah. You start tallying up like, okay, if I make $30 an hour and you start doing the math, you're like, if I actually just focus here, how much would I actually make? So then there was one day where I was like, okay, this is my life.
Yeah.
There's no going back. I'm accepting it.
How long are you in when this realization?
Years.
So you're talking yourself into this for years.
I just in the back of my mind, I'm like, is this gonna
work?
Every 3 weeks,
because you're an overthinker, so you're constantly undoing this.
Yeah, every 3 weeks, I'd have a dry spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you go, okay.
I don't know if this works anymore.
I'm not cut out for this.
Then my friend would be like, bro,
I had a lucky streak.
You've been doing this for 7 years, and you've gotten paid the same amount every single month.
It's going to work this time.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But the funny thing is, they would do it to me too.
Yeah.
And I go, dude, knock it off, snap out of it.
Yeah.
Like,
it always works.
It always the numbers always work out.
They do. Yeah. The law of averages can be disappointing.
Yeah.
Until you put the law of numbers behind it. The law of high numbers makes the law of averages acceptable. Yeah, so it's about more reps, more appointments. Yeah. So let's get into fear for just a minute. Let's discuss it because we're all afraid. Actually, I don't care how outgoing you are. If you're talking to somebody about an appointment where you have commissions at stake, that's a scary moment where your livelihood could be zero.
Yeah, and I can see. I got to say this. If you're young and you don't have a lot of responsibilities, get established in something like this now.
Yeah.
Because if I had kids and a wife at home and no money, my fear would have been a lot higher.
Yeah. You may not have done it.
I may not have done it.
Need to be a checker.
Yeah.
And then a store manager.
Yeah. Or I would have done it, which I'm still not against, part-time.
Yeah. A lot of people do transition in.
Transition in. I would have had to do that, which would have been slower.
And you never would have built what you built.
No.
You can't do it slow. It requires speed. What you built requires lots of reps, lots of speed.
Now, I also know, there's this dude, Giovanni, that works with us, and when I met him 3 years ago, he came up to me and goes, I lost everything. I got my kids and my wife at home. I lost everything. I'm going to take a picture with you because I don't want you to forget who I am. Dude, like,
wow.
Like a year later, he's getting an award for issuing $400,000 in premium. And he was telling me that he was homeless at this point. Like, he lost everything.
I want you to take a picture with me.
So on the flip side, you got people that can also use this as a tool to really change their lives.
Yeah. Let's talk about what Bradley's built here with Real Financial for just a second, because what attracted me here, frankly, having basically been retired after a long 3.5 decade career in building teams in financial services. When Brad called and we had these long conversations about Real Financial, the thing that intrigued me was his ability to take entrepreneurs who are fans of his, basically, who he's influencing, who are entrepreneurially minded, independent thinkers, have a burning desire to win. That's why they listen. If you don't have a burning desire to win, you'll tune him out. People who are listening to Bradley's podcasts are tuned in because they like the sound of I got to do this on my own. I'm a winner. I'm going to bootstrap this. I will do whatever it takes. That's why they listen. Yep. And he's got millions listening to that. When I found that out and that he wanted to give them an opportunity to get into commission-based sales and build teams in commission-based sales, and he was going to build it in financial services, I thought, okay, that's different. Because what most people do is do seminars, they do weekly recruiting of the friends and family at the office, and it's slow. It does take decades to build an organization, but this can happen fast. What have you witnessed here at Real Financial that makes you know this is very unique?
Well, for someone who wants to build a team, to be able to get the message out to people about if this is the right fit for them, what this can do for them, that many people is a pretty powerful start.
Right.
Like, just that alone. So, like, what I understand, you can tell me if I'm wrong.
Sure.
Is you start building an agency with Real Financial, and you guys get the word out about the insurance industry, and these agents need a leader.
Yeah.
And they're getting placed with people to help them build their team.
Yeah, we've got mentors, which are agency builders. They're building their own agencies in Real Financial, all using the same system. And then when Brad has people who want to be in business with him, he directs them to those mentors who have been groomed and frankly brought up by his leadership skills. And they get placed in a round robin format into those agencies. And I think in the first 2 years, they added, 19,000 people to the business?
Yeah, I remember he had about 5,000 people apply to get in class from one
insurance class.
Yeah,
from one post. 5,000 people showed up to be in business with Brad in the life insurance industry.
To be interested in getting their license from one post. Now, dude, I love this industry so much.
Yeah.
I want people to know about it.
Yeah. Like, there's not an easier way to make a living.
And if you think about what I had to do, I was running ads on Craigslist.
Right.
Like, I was to find recruits.
And you're going into Compton.
Going into Compton to sell policies, but to get recruits, dude, where do you go?
Yeah. There's only so many people in the Little League. There's only so many people at the church. Yeah.
So this would be I'm not saying no if someone's gonna send me a bunch of agents, especially if people are already entrepreneurs.
Right. They're already messaged that way.
Because what I have always, if somebody comes in thinking this is a normal job, it's usually a rude awakening.
Right.
If they come in, though, and they are an entrepreneur.
Yeah, they think that way.
Yeah. They think they want their own business. They want freedom.
I set my schedule.
They want to set their own schedule. Yeah. They don't want to be told how much they can make.
Right.
then this is it's the best.
It is unlimited. And Brad's built a great culture too. That's the other thing that I really love. He's a cool guy with a cool culture, and the business favors the entrepreneurial person who, like you said, who's not employee minded. They may have a job currently, but they're not employee minded. They resist the notion of conformity. They like the idea of building something that's theirs with no limits.
Yeah.
That's who we've attracted. And I have access to the database. I think it's over 19,000 people have responded to just a few podcasts, just a few ads, because he's very selective about this. But it's been 19,000 so far who have responded.
I think and this is just my opinion, I think what he needs is more leaders to build this thing faster.
Sure. Yeah, because frankly, if you've got warm bodies that are interested in being successful in this space, it takes a mentor. It takes a guide, a leader. And that's why he asked me to come here and help strategically organize those leaders to receive those people. I mean, that's my role with him, is strategically to organize the leadership factory so that as people come in, they're not on their own. They've got a leader to guide them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working. And I love that you're partnered with us.
Me too.
I mean, I love
that.
It's
a blast.
I mean, I love it. You're a great friend of mine. You've given me great guidance and direction. You've been a friend to the industry from a real financial standpoint. You've really helped us a great deal. I appreciate it.
And I always tell people, if you recruit somebody, at what point do they trust you, right?
Yeah.
Because that's a big thing.
Yeah, well, they're not going to give it all till they do.
Yeah. Now, what I've come up with is all you need is like 40 hours of time with them.
Yeah.
If you can spend 40 hours of time with somebody, you can know, do you like them? Do you trust them?
Yeah.
And then you let your guard down, right?
Yeah.
So this is a people business and it takes work.
Yeah.
But it's funny. We went to a meeting.
Yeah.
We probably spent 40 hours together.
Yeah.
And then I told Nicole, I got my wife, I'm like, the 40-hour thing, I know I like James and I trust him because I spent 40 hours with him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. You get to know.
But the reason I'm sharing that is because as you are developing people, you're working with people.
Yeah.
It does take time to build that.
Yeah.
That
the
trust.
The bond.
Yeah, the bond.
Yeah. Right. Ultimately, to reach someone's goals and their potential, we're talking about human potential here. If you're going to be vulnerable, you can't reach your potential without vulnerability. So if you're going to be vulnerable, that trust has to be in place, or you won't submit yourself, your weaknesses, your vulnerabilities. So a mentor, that's one of the great things that we've got here at Real Financial. The leadership core, which I'm going to interview these guys one at a time so the world gets to know these guys, but I know them.
I know them too. They're good dudes.
They're good dudes. And it's funny, they all came from Brad's podcast, listening to his podcast independently, and they're part of the United States, listening and then spending the 40 plus hours. Now it's hundreds of hours, but they now have large organizations. They are the mentors we rely upon. And I know those men and I trust those guys. And I know that what they're doing is what Brad would expect from an integrity and a high character standpoint. They're good guys.
Yeah.
So, hey, thank you for coming in today to talk about
what it takes to be successful.
successful.
You got it, bro.
Love it, bud.
Yeah. Thank you, dude.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.